This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Doing another Phyrexia All Will Be One draft. Maybe we'll open something cool. You know, I still want to open Atraxa, the white Phyrexian Obliterator, Cherumonix, All Will Be One. I haven't managed to open any of these so far. Or even really been past them early, although I don't think you're going to get past Atraxa early. The others, I mean, Cherumonix, come on. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants Cherumonix. Okay. We do get Kaito, Dancing Shadow, which is a pretty good reason to be in blue-black, and definitely worth splashing. He's a very powerful Planeswalker who I haven't gotten to play with, so at least there's that, even if it's not any of the cards I listed, you know, wanting to play with. It's a pretty weak pack overall. You know, these Distorted Curiosity and the Watcher and the Synthesizer are all okay. Then these two blue commons / uncommons are just bad. The Rot Priest is probably next on the list, but it's also gold. And then Chimney Rabble is probably number 3. It might even just be better than Rot Priest, but yeah, we'll take Kaito.
Relax. I'm here to help.
See if we can be blue-black or, you know, blue something or black something. Churning Reservoir is really good. Lattice Blade Mantis is quite good. The blue and black cards here are not. Prophetic Prism is definitely a thing. Yeah. Ribskiff's okay. I mean, the Reservoir has the most potential, but it needs to be in the right deck. The Mantis kind of works in any green deck, so I guess it's what I'm going to take. Maybe that Rot Priest will wheel and we'll be like black-green, splash, Kaito. Black cards here, none of them are especially good, so I don't think I go after them to try to, you know, make Kaito work. I think we'll take a Ruthless Predation, just a great removal spell, so yep. Okay, so Tamiyo's Immobilizer is pretty strong, especially if you can do some proliferating and oil counter stuff with it. But there's another Predation, and I don't really see a reason right now to deviate from taking really good green cards that we're seeing. I mean, sure, we have a Kaito, but green also has access to some fixing, so... Alright, so here we do not see, you know, anything. Any green cards. We have a pretty good white 2-drop that goes quite good in green-white if we were to end up there. Thrumming Bird can be nice. These other blue commons are less good, and these black commons aren't especially good either. I mean, I think the signal we're getting is that white's pretty open. You know, these being here may not indicate that blue... I mean, blue probably is open because people aren't in it that often, but it's pretty hard for me not to take the Duelist here. All right, and now we have an Urabrask's Anointer, which goes quite well in black red. We could take, you know, some of these, you know, the Stalker's okay, but I think the Anointer's good enough for me to grab it here. Don't know if we're going to get to play Kaito. We'll see. Okay, so Grimnark's not bad. I don't like Vraska's Fall or Whisper of the Dross very much. You know, this is too slow. I mean, the removal, the other Edict at Uncommon is much better because you can choose token or non-token. Can't do that here, and it makes it pretty miserable. You know, after your opponent has more than one creature in play, it's pretty bad. Whisper of the Dross kills too narrow of things. I mean, if you have some proliferate payoffs in blue-black, it gets a little better. But yeah, we're looking at Grimnark, or I think we just take a Stalker. Okay, so for the first time, I think we're seeing a pretty good black card in Stinging Hive Master. But we're also still seeing really good red cards in Chimney Rabble and Free From Flesh. And then there's a Rustvine Cultivator. So I kind of got to go where the draft's taking me. Especially because right now, forcing blue-black, like we even if we took every blue and black card we've seen so far, we haven't seen that many that are actually good. So We could still end up in green, some other color, that can splash Kaito, but we'll see. Okay. Well, I think Distorted Curiosity's okay. I may take a blue card here, finally. Yeah, I think it's better than our other options. I guess if I end up in green-white, Conviction's probably a little better, but I will lean a little towards blue here in an effort to play our Kaito. Green seems very open. Red seems very open. Yeah. Passable black card, really bad blue card. Mediocre white. I think Rib Skiff's the best card here. It's not amazing, but, if we end up in green-white, we would play it. If we end up in green-black, we would play it. Places itself, luckily. Okay, I mean, I think Testament Bearer is a nice card, so don't hate taking it. The white board pump can be okay, but kind of need the right deck for it, and I'm not sure we're going to end up there. I think I'll take a Hunter Maze here. I could have taken, Draw Spellbomb to try to cut black a little bit, but we're more sure we're playing green than anything. All right, so now we'll take a Cutthroat. I guess green, I guess we got the late Cultivator. That was sort of the last sign that it's pretty open, but we didn't see a ton of it, deep in the pack, so who knows what's going to happen here. Phyrexian Arena is unfortunately not very good in the format, and the data backs that up. It's funny. It's a funny card because when it was originally printed in Plane Shift, I think maybe it was Invasion, but it was an Invasion block. It was amazing in Limited, but it shows you how much Limited has changed because back then, a 3-mana 2/3 that was vanilla was very playable. Creatures now are just so much better, and not adding to the board is more of a liability. So the arena is a problem. Oil Gorger Troll's pretty good if we go in an oil direction. I think Annex Sentry's probably better, though, and we do have one white card. Nothing great here in blue or black, unfortunately. We'd have a little bit of an incentive to try to be oily, but it's not enough of one. Okay, so we've got the green-white Signpost. Kind of hard to say no to that when I think we have a pretty good foundation for a green-white deck. Mere Convert's pretty good and would fix our mana. It has Toxic. Predation's good, but I think we probably take the Signpost and lean into green-white here. It seems to be... I mean, I guess in the first pack, white wasn't crazy open, but this is strong enough that I think I take it here. Right now, I don't think we're playing Kaito, sadly. See what happens, though. Okay, so Rustvine Cultivator's pretty good, but we've also got another Mirror Convert and a Flensing Raptor. The Raptor is really good in this, type of deck. I think I like it more than Charge or Convert or Cultivator. There's green-white dual land, but yeah, I think we'll take Flensing Raptor here. If I were in a deck, in a color that was one of Kaito's colors, I think I probably would have taken the Convert there. because then it would actually help us splash this. But because we're looking like we're going to be in green and white, I don't think taking, like, you know, the fixing is that good. I mean, it's a good card anyway. 2 mana, 2/1, a toxic 1, and all that. But yeah, so here's a really good black card that would have been nice to see early for us, but here it is. Drawn in Icar is pretty good. Venomous Brutalizer is nice. It's another one of these cards that suffers from the Hex Gold Slash problem, but it's pretty good. Ruthless Predation is nice. We've already got a couple of them. I think we're more interested in just grabbing things that say Toxic on them at this point. We have reasons to want those between Slaughter Singer and Flensing Raptor, and hopefully we'll get more reasons to care about that. Like Complete Devotion. Oh, man, there's an Atraxa now? Man, okay, it's interesting, Unfortunately, like, the deck that we've ended up in is not a deck that can really make Atraxa work. We have 0 fixing. Like, we would have taken the Converts in a world where we know we're going to get Atraxa. I could try to make it work, but the deck would be so bad because we're at 0 fixing right now that I think I'm probably just supposed to be taking, like, cards that say Toxic on them and Toxic payoffs. I do like Basilica Shepherd, but I think the first Complete Devotion is a little better. Okay. Yeah, I'll take a Titanic Growth. I'd rather have more Complete Devotions, but... Alright, Incisor Glider's fine. Bummer to see Atraxa at that point. Alright, Dune Mover. Okay, so this is something that could actually provide some fixing. And, you know, I think it's fine to play in any of the Toxic decks anyway, even if you don't really need the fixing. But, yeah. Alright, I'm going to grab Annihilating Glare here. Like, I just don't think there's enough time for us to hope to find the fixing that we would need to make Atraxa work. Like, if I'd picked up a couple of Prophetic Prisms and stuff, it would be different. Yeah, I don't want any of this. I mean, I guess I'm going to take the Inquiry because I guess there's still a chance we end up in black. Not a really great one, but there's a Phyrexian Atlas, which is fixing. It's pretty bad at it, though. So we'll take a Grimnark. So now we're getting all the black cards. We'll take Bone Picker and Cutthroat. Ooh, Skrell's Hive is a good one to pick up. Man, we've also got our Signpost, which is, like, heartbreaking for these to be in the same pack. But Skrell's Hive is better. Cranks out a Might every turn, and then when we get corrupted, all our toxic creatures gain lifelink. I mean, that's just better than Slaughter Singer. Wouldn't mind wheeling Branch Blight Stalker or something. But, yeah, we definitely take the Hive. I don't love Norn's Wellspring. It's a little slow. I think we probably grab Crawling Chorus over, like, Ruthless Predation number 3. Gives us a nice 1-drop that has Toxic, so... Not much more to say about it. Another Flensing Raptor. We've also got Jawbone Duelist. I think the Duelist is probably better than the Raptor. I wish I could have them both. It's another pack where we have 2 things we want, but, you know, this is a great 2-drop. Even all on its own, and if we can, you know, get some extra value out of Poison or use tricks on it, both of which are things our deck is doing, then, you know, we have Slaughter Singer in play. We're going to be pretty happy. It's sort of funny we have all these black cards. Like, I think if I really forced it, we could have done it in the end, but deck would have been bad. Not as bad as the Atraxa deck, but not good. Yeah, curve looks pretty good so far. Ooh, Viral Spawning is definitely the pickup here. I like Crawling Chorus a lot, but, you know, 2 3-mana, 3/3 toxic ones is better than 2 1/1s that you get for 1 mana. I mean, the Chorus is pretty good, but Viral Spawning is very good. Alright, we get a Flensing Raptor anyway. I wouldn't hate Charge of the Mites, but Raptor's better. It does feel like this deck's really coming together now, and we made the right choice, at least. Like, sometimes you end up trying to pivot back somewhere after trying to do something else and things go bad, but we just keep getting the goods. Here we get a Flincing Raptor number 3. Some nice black commons here, you know, especially Blightbelly Rat, to a lesser extent Pestilent Siphoner. We'll take a Spore Singer. I don't think we're playing it, but we are still kind of like 2 playables short, and if we had to play Spore Singer, wouldn't be a disaster. I don't really want to do it, though. Could always just throw in an off-color Skull Bomb to cycle it if we're desperate, too. So hopefully we don't have to do that. Hopefully we pick up a couple of real green-white cards here, but there's no way the Slaughter Singer's going to wheel, right? I mean, it does seem like this deck is pretty open when you're getting all these Flincing Raptors, but I don't know if it's that open. All right, I'll grab another Glider, I think. I mean, I could use a big thing at the top of my curve, but Sky Scythe Engulfer isn't really where I want to be. I want, like, the Battle Chair or something. Not really Paladin or Predation either. I think we'd take Branch Blightstalker. It's got Toxic after all. So, yeah, we're not playing any of this stuff. Let's just take a random signpost. Oh my, 4th Flincing Raptor. Works for me. I also, oh, we already have a Hunter Maze, so we'll just take something else. I don't really want more than one of those. Well, I think we got there on playables. Maybe we're actually 1 short because of the Hunter Maze, actually. So we're probably running some random mediocre card that is sort of our penance for... Oh, maybe not. Interesting. We do have a lower than normal number of 1-drops, and we don't have that good of a top curve. We don't really have it, actually. And that's this deck's main problem, but we have so much Toxic synergy and good low drops and tricks and removal. Like, I feel pretty good about the deck overall. What am I cutting? It's a good question. Could be a land. Probably is, with this low of a curve, actually. Yeah, it's a land. How much do I want Hunter Maze in this deck? I mean, I think running 1 is fine. We just go 8 and 8. I think that works. Dune Mover can smooth out our mana a little bit. It is sad we didn't get a second Slaughter Singer, but like I said, I think Skrelv's Hive was the right pick there. Well, this looks pretty good. Chorus, Duelist, Flincing Raptor. I wish I was on the play. I mean, on the play, this thing would be absolutely amazing. But still not bad. Hopefully they play an X1 here. Play an X1 that I can attack through. Or don't play anything. That works too. Wonder if they have bounce or anything. They could have counter magic, but I think we still try to run out Jawbone Duelist. I could play the Glider because it's like less amazing, but yeah. Whisper of the Dross is good against our deck, that's for sure. Still have a pretty good Flincing Raptor turn, provided they don't play like Gataxian Raptor. Okay, so now they could have even more counter magic up. Is that like what our opponent's doing is counter magic things? That's what it feels like. So let's play Flincing Raptor. No, just Augury. That's a lot less of a concern to me. So we can play our Brutalizer next turn. Obviously, if we could wait to kick it, it's even better, but... You know. Ooh. Luckily, they had to play this on an empty board, so it's not exactly... Well...
I can run circles around you.
I guess doing that is pretty effective. I think we probably want to get them to Toxic 3... and then play Incisor Glider and Branch Blight. And that should enable us to take down Kaito one way or another. Here's hoping. So let's play Incisor Glider and Branch Blight. I think that's better than just playing Venomous Brutalizer, because they can shut down the Brutalizer. Ooh, I guess they could shut down the Glider, and then I don't buff the whole board. Yeah, that's a thing. Probably what they'll do. Hopefully they missed that like I kind of did. Nope, they didn't.
I'll handle this one.
Trick off the top. Oh, man. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I think we're just attacking Kaito down to 3.
Pom-Pom-Chan alone.
And then gonna play our Brutalizer. It's gonna be sad if we lose to Kaito in our first game after a draft where we ended up not being able to play Kaito. It's heartbreaking.
Too slow.
Oh good, there's also a Tekuthal in the mix, who can become indestructible by removing counters from Kaito. Isn't that wonderful? He said sarcastically. Yeah. I don't know how we get out of this, because, you know, drawing the Predation would normally be really good. I guess the way maybe I get out of this is I throw a bunch of bodies at Kaito. They decide to make Tekuthal indestructible. Now, Ruthless Predation still doesn't work in that case. It's not like it's an instant. Let's crack our maze. I don't think there's anything we're going to find. But... yeah, no. Alright. So... what I really need them to do is, like, let Kaito die without using his counters. I guess that's our best bet. Of course, if they kill Venomous Brutalizer here, yeah, that's bad too, but I don't know what else we can do. I wish I had a trick or something, or there was some scenario here where they didn't play Tekuthal. But what are you going to do? So there's only going to be one counter left. So this might be the best outcome for us. As long as they don't have removal, we can now get rid of Tekuthal. We really should have removed those counters, I think. Although if they have counter magic or something, then they left mana up for that instead. Alright, well, our opponent forgetting to make their guy indestructible for basically free. I mean, I guess Kaito would have died, but, you know. And we did have to give up a lot to make that happen, but I feel good about this overall. Ooh, well, that makes me feel a little less good.
I got fresh intel.
Alright, so they do have some of the proliferate payoffs that you want. So they've given up on Kaito. I guess I should have blocked that. I was sort of assuming they had a trick, but I overlooked the fact that Kaito now can go up to 3 loyalty and keep us from killing him. God, I'm good at magic.
I can run circles around you.
Well, we're gonna do that.
I'm guessing you won't.
Then we'll play Rib Skiff. Yeah, I'm trying to lose this game, which would have gone a lot better if I just blocked with Incisor Glider. I guess if they do have the -1/-1 thing, it didn't make a difference. But, oh my god. Yeah. Wait, why are they not proliferating onto Kaito? I think Kaito should have higher loyalty right now than he does. So this time we will be blocking. Like the geniuses we are. And now I can actually kill him, so that's good. Everything is dosed. Okay, so we get rid of Kaito now. I can actually also rumble with Rib Skiff. I might as well. So Rib Skiff hits pretty hard, and it's got Toxic too, so...
These Phyrexians are many machines I know.
Interesting that they attack. Okay, so... Annex Sentry. This might put us in position now, after my series of mistakes. Is it better to crew Rib Skiff or attack with Lattice Blade? It's definitely better to attack, well, poison, huh? So that would put them at 8 poison. Yeah, let's do that. So they made mistakes too. Like, both of us played this game very suboptimally. So now we can kill them a couple different ways. That's the benefit of getting them up to 8 poison, and they'd only be at 6 if we'd attacked with the Mantis, so... Nice. So, I had a bit of a content fail. I played a second game, as you can see, and I won, but it didn't get recorded. So, it's a pretty straightforward game. Played against Red-Green. We just curved out and won, basically. So, sorry about that, but it happens. You know, on the Magic Online days, you could go back and watch your old matches, and screwing something up like that was a lot easier to fix. But not this time. Not on Arena. At least maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can watch your matches. I don't know. Let me know. Normally, Branchlight Stalker would line up really badly, but because we have Flensing Raptor, it doesn't feel quite as bad. Ooh, now it does. Alright. That's less than ideal. Okay, that's much better. So, do I actually want to hit the Watcher? Kind of think I might. That means they never draw the card from it. I mean, it could come back later. But if I hit the retrofitter, it could come back and do the thing again. I mean, I could hit the retrofitter and then this would turn into a 1-1. And then all they'd have is a 1-1, but it's still not great for us. So I actually think hitting the Watcher is better. Yeah. Let's hit the Watcher. Attack. Pretty good chance they just block. Which, I think we're okay with that trade. Okay. I'm probably going to play Brutalizer here, because we can kind of wait it out on when we play our Flinching Raptor. I mean, there is a chance they play another Flyer, which would be kind of a bummer. But chances are good that the Brutalizer will be bigger than this theoretical Flyer if we hit it with the Flinching Raptor trigger. Yeah, you can rumble with that thing, but it doesn't concern me too much. Okay. So, yeah. I could play the Raptor and target the Sentry, but I feel like getting in for more poison and not risking our Sentry is certainly better. See if they counter this or something. Right, up 4 poison they go. Play another toxic creature. Yeah. They can attack us pretty hard here. But kind of think we're just supposed to take 8 here. So, yeah, I think we take 8. Okay, that's pretty good. Right, so we will ruthlessly predate the Justicer. So they could have the +3 trick. I guess for that reason, we'll do it this way. You don't see a whole lot of the +3 trick, but yeah, I was gonna say that is lethal from poison now. All right, so that first game was a bit of a mess, but we won anyway. Second and third games, which you didn't see the second game, they've gone fairly more how we wanted the games to go. All right, seems pretty good. So, I'm thinking about leading with Branch Blight. I care a little less if it dies, but also it can poison them a lot more quickly. You know, we have Slaughter Singer and Complete Devotion in our hand. Maybe getting countered anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But it getting countered is much better than Slaughter Singer or Duelist or any of those things. All right. We are poisoned. Yeah, that's annoying. Don't really want that thing to grow. Trying to decide if it's almost better here to attack and try to get them to block and use Complete Devotion. But it's probably not. I'm probably supposed to play Slaughter Singer and attack here. Yeah. Hit them for 4. Give them 2 poison. So this growing, like I said, is a problem. Complete Devotion does allow us to hopefully punch through it for a while. Though we'll see. Hexgold Slash is on the table here, unfortunately, for our Brutalizer. That never feels great. Yeah, that's another creature I'm not thrilled about the existence of. So we are going to attack with both here and hopefully be allowed to use Complete Devotion. If not, they go to 6 poison, so they do sort of have to block. Ooh, the Hive has arrived. So next turn, we'll play it and our stuff will gain lifelink. That's going to be pretty awesome. Okay, well. I do think we want to play it. There is something to be said for playing one of these 4s. But I think playing Hive and then Duelist is pretty good. So now we have lifelink. I think I hold back the Slaughter Singer. Like, the impact it's having on the board is worth more. They may be about to kill it here. Anyway, Trawler Drake does grow to all the way to a 3/3, but we can still attack. Provided they don't have another spell hiding in their hand. And they could. I think we're still supposed to attack, but let's hope they don't have another spell. Damn. No. Yep, they've got another one. Okay, well, at least it's Blazing Crescendo. Could be worse. We got lifelink on the board. The Trawler Drake is now kind of a pain. If we draw one more land, we can proliferate, which is nice. Now the Trawler Drake's a 6/6. They don't have much hope of racing us, though. They may try. Well, if they kill that, too, they could try it. Yeah, they can definitely race us now. Ouch. Okay, so I think we play the Brutalizer and proliferate. Puts them in a spot where they can't really attack. Guess they can now. And they do. And it hurts. Let's play this Rib Skiff and see what we see. Well, that's a pretty good draw. At the very least, it can chump block, so. So they have to block the Brutalizer. So they're going to go to 8 poison here. We're going to go back up to 12. 14, rather. What kind of math was I doing? So, I think playing the Chorus is actually better, because we'll have 3 creatures who can poison them out. Although, I mean, I guess the Rib Skiff can do it, because we'll make another 1/1 next turn. That's not terrible. And the Glider does offer the mass board pump effect. Yeah. Yeah. So let's play the glider. I think this works fine. Guess another volt charge would hurt pretty hard. Yeah, that's a pain. So they go up to 9 now. Gonna be... Might be hard to win this one now. The number of mesmerizing doses that have supported that Trawler Drake. Because we can't gain back a crazy amount of life here. And this can't help crew rib skiff. I can only go up to 8. Well, 9. But they do have to block the skiff. Wait. I think they're just dead. No, because... Well, yeah, not quite. Let's crack this Hunter Maze and see what happens. Okay, I think that does it. Because we can attack with 2 mites and crew rib skiff. Yeah. That should give us lethal poison. Was a good game. Skrelv's Hive kept us in it. Okay. You know, don't we have 4 of these? For a deck that has 4 of these, maybe I'm wrong that we have 4, but if we do have 4, we really haven't seen them as much as you'd think. Maybe we only have 3 or something. Probably going to lead with Branch Blight Stalker. I would have been less inclined to if they played one of the good 1-drops. But even then, with Flinching Raptor around and Slaughter Singer, it becomes a lot easier. Alright, they're going to kill our thing. I think we're going to cast Viral Spawning. So, Hex Cold Slash on the table again. Not great news for us. I don't think we ever saw one in the last game. At least they used it on a creature that would have been dead anyway. You know? I'd probably play the Raptor over Slaughter Singer here. I guess not, though, because playing the... Yeah, I can play the Singer and the Glider. Yeah. So let's just play the Singer. Attack. Then we'll also play Incisor Glider. Then next turn, in theory, I can use the Raptor to give this flying. We'll see. Something's gonna die, though. Yeah, that makes sense. That's probably what I would kill. Okay, I'm probably... Am I interested in grabbing a second forest? Sort of thinking about it. Either way, let's play our Flensing Raptor first. Attack them for 5, which gets them to 2 poison. I don't think we put anything on top. We'll just decline. So we have 2 corrupted cards around right now. So as long as we can get 1 poison on them next turn, we can make another 3/3, like even if we draw a land. They do have a lot of cards left in their hand, and we do not. Ooh, great draw. Yeah, alright. So let's play Flensing Raptor here. I think I'm actually going to give Dune Mover flying because this can attack on this board right now. Making the Dune Mover go in the air, you know, it didn't have an attack, and this does. Too bad we don't have the first strike. No, it'd still be too late because it's, yeah, the way it works. It's only when it attacks the buff happens. Alright. Ooh, that's a little bit annoying that they hit Ruthless Predation, but I feel like we have a critical mass of enough creatures here that it doesn't matter that much. Like, sure, you can kill Incisor Glider, but yeah, I was going to say, this deck is winning games fast ever since that first game. Which was a comedy of errors, but every other game has been a very fast win, which is kind of what you expect. If you have a good green-white deck, that's kind of how it's going to go. Okay, another good hand. Don't think we put a land on top here. We're just playing you for the 2/1-ness. 2/1 toxic one-ness of it all. So, yeah, we definitely play Slaughter Singer here, because it lets us attack. Anytime a card gives you an attack you didn't have otherwise, tends to be pretty good. Yeah, I don't like that. So, playing Rib Skiff is the quickest way. Well, actually, we could just play our Mantis. Yeah, let's play our Mantis. Doesn't have much synergy in terms of all the toxic stuff, but it does fight well. I was thinking I'd play Rib Skiff and crew it next turn and then use Predation, but that's probably far too roundabout to be what we actually wanted to do here. Looks like they're, the same deck we are, more or less. So they have 1 white mana up, huh? It does appear to be correct. So, let's Ruthless Predation. And then attack with both of these. Remove the oil counter. So they take 6. Play a Duelist. We're much more likely to win this one with damage, I would say. Once Lattice Blade Mantis enters the scene. Okay. Well, that does limit our options. It's big enough to be a nuisance. I guess I'm going to attack with the Mantis. 3/3, yeah. I could attack with all 3, but I don't think that's worth it. So, let's attack with Mantis here. Remove its counter. They double block, perhaps? No, they go to... Okay. In that case, let's play Rib Skiff. Gives us something big enough to attack. Yeah, I can also play Jawbone, so works out pretty well. They have gone big enough that it's harder for me to attack them. This does become a 5/5 when it swings right now, so there's that. Ooh, that's really good. Alright, so let's play our Flencing Raptor. And... do I want to go with Jawbone? I probably do. Yeah, it's a must block with the Slaughter Singer in play. And we'll crew this. I guess we don't have an amazing way to crew it, but I guess the way is to tap this and this. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to swing out here. Duelist of Deep Faith may go down, but then that means a lot of other things go really well, so let's just go for it. They probably have at least one removal spell, given that they're not, you know, that they have all this mana up and 5 cards in their hand. I guess not. Well, yeah, that doesn't really... Maybe they drew removal off of that? No. We do lethal. Lattice Blade Mantis. Not going to help you win with poison, but chipped in, what, 14 damage in that game? That is a lot. Man, we're cruising through the draft. Can we finish with 0 wins? I mean, losses. Finishing with 0 wins now would be truly exceptional. Between the fact that I didn't record one of the games and how fast the games have gone, people are probably going to see the run time on this draft and think it didn't go very well. Another pretty good hand. Starting to feel like we have multiple Flencing Raptors now. Okay. I would like to draw more mana. We've done pretty well on that this whole draft. Not really had mana screw or flood. I think if I draw a land, I'd probably play Flencing Raptor. If I don't, obviously we play Slaughter Singer. I may just bounce. No, but they've got a Retrofitter, which is a pain to deal with. We have beaten it once. I was complaining about not drawing our Raptors, and here we are. Let's play our Slaughter Singer. Attack with the 4/2. I don't know what they're thinking about. You can't really block here. I mean, I'd love it if they did. I'll probably draw the 4th Flencing Raptor now while we're stuck on 2 lands. Yeah, I mean, them taking it isn't the worst thing for us either, but... yeah. There is a lot of damage coming our way. We haven't had to block much in this draft. I'm not planning on it this turn, but next turn I might have to. That's a pain. We do have Titanic Growth, so we may be able to coax, you know, get a block that we want. That makes it a lot harder, though. Yeah, they hit us for 6. They even poison us. Well, I still think I attack here. Not feeling like we're going to get out of this with 0 losses, but... yeah, we will take 4. Those are the things that we really don't want them to play. Alright. So we do have Titanic Growth, but it's really not that great against any of this stuff. What happens if I just play Incisor Glider in my second main phase? Is that going to be enough for me to not be dead on the backswing? Yes. Alright, so I think we actually attack. As crazy as that sounds. If we could get them to block, I think we feel okay about it. And just playing the Incisor Glider is not bad either. This does put them up to 6 poison. And then, yeah, we play the Glider here and hope that it's enough for us to not die. I mean, it is if they don't have removal or interaction of any kind. If they do, we're dead. So, it's basically what it comes down to. Pretty impressive. We've managed to get them to 7 life and 6 poison with 2 lands and a handful of cards that we can't cast. We have to block there. You go to 1. Can we sneak lethal in some way? I mean, if they do not block Branch Blight Stalker, we could do lethal. I think that's our best bet. Playing the Raptor doesn't really accomplish anything here. It's amazing that we're this close, though, because if this gets in, we can drop them to 1. So, see what happens here. I'm sure they block maybe both. Oh my. Oh, darn. I was really hoping they wouldn't block Branch Blight. Give us the narrow chance of victory, but we will kill your Quicksilver Fisher. And yeah, I mean, that game was a hard one to have a chance in. If we drew that 3rd land, even 2 turns earlier, I think we win that game. You know, still missed the land drop several times. I think we still would have gotten there. All right, looks pretty good. It is hilarious that I complained about not seeing Flinching Raptors enough and then had that happen in that last game. They're like, oh yeah? What was that about not seeing us? We're all gonna show up in your hand before your third land. Okay, some Jawbone Duelist time. Would love to be able to play our Raptor, hit them for 4, and poison them twice. It looks like we're going to get to, unless they Hex Gold Slash in response, which is entirely possible. Either way, it's what we go for. I don't know. I hope they're saying oops because they wish they'd held on to their Hex Gold Slash. I think that is what they're saying. So we got Complete Devotion plus Duelist as well. Not to mention a couple of removal spells. Feels pretty good. Feels really good. Alright. So I think we take out Forge Hammer with the Annex Sentry, then attack with both of these. They could have a trick that saves Sawblade Scamp, but yeah, they don't. Luckily, the worst thing is when you get your Annex Sentry Hex Gold slashed at instant speed. Yeah, that is beefy, but I think we can outrace it. I can actually kill it too if I go the Complete Devotion plus Ruthless Predation route on Flensing Raptor. The awkward part about doing that thing in particular is I'll only be able to attack with Flensing Raptor this turn. I kind of think it's better if I swing with all 3 of these things, use Complete Devotion where necessary, and then use Viral Spawning. Yeah. That's probably better. Do they rummage one last time? They do. We get to draw a card. Ooh. Alright. Might allow us to sneak in lethal on a future turn. So, like, another hasty creature would be a little scary, but it's not really like they can attack super hard here. Looks like maybe Annex Sentry's gonna die. They do have another Furnace Strider, but if they attack with both, I was gonna say, if they attack with both, they're dead. Spicy. So, Titanic Growth plus Ruthless Predation on 1 and then swing with everything? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Pretty gross. Yeah. They can give haste to something. Alright, yeah, I mean, this deck ended up being amazing. You know, it's a little bit of a bummer we didn't get to do something wacky, you know, this late in the format, but at least the green-white deck we did end up with was, you know, exceptional. Like, that easily could have just run the table. You know, the one loss we had was still pretty close, and we were stuck on 2 lands. like, I was just going to look at the deck real quick. When I do this where I spread out when I'm recording it, it is harder to remember exactly the composition of our deck. Yeah, we did have 4 of them. The only game where it really felt like that was the one where we drew them before lands. But yeah, I mean, we just had this great low curve. You know, Skrell's Hive, I guess, I think it only showed up the one time, but it did win us that game. But yeah, we had a great curve. Almost everything in our deck says Toxic or Corrupted on it. You know, Lattice Blade Mantis is like the one outlier, and, you know, the tricks, I guess. But yeah, so that'll do it for this video. I'll see you all in the next one.